So we come to the 6th of the 18 form qigong sequence, but we've had the 8 brocades and added on to another 18. So it's a 26 form, 2 forms added together. So this is like the 14th of the whole 26, the 2 forms together. Rowing a boat in the middle of the lake, or similar names similar to that. And as with all the qigong sequences, as within the traditional forms, they benefit different meridians or electromagnetic rivers called meridians, which link to certain organs, specific organs with a specific motion. This one is, because it's a lot of bending ones, it benefits the kidneys, the pericardium, the bladder. Again, we're not going down that path. We're going down more the yoga, Pilates, hypnotic breath path with that. So it's just breath synchronized motion. Don't get too caught up in the traditional sort of judgmental thing. This has got to be this move, etc. It's just movement, and we're just adding, because they're good, the movements. So we're just adding breath with that in a sort of vinyasa, breath synchronized motion manner. Really good one, this. Again, as with a lot of these, you can go as deep as you like with the squat. But we'll go into that in a minute. We're going to get our breathing, the roots of all these sequences. So with that, we're going to just start with the Pilates breath. Okay, we're going to zip up pelvic floor, scoop out the abdominals, and take the navel towards the spine. So we gather in here, zip up and hollow. Them two go together. Pelvic floor and corset go together. Okay, and just simply breathe in through the nose and exhale through pursed lips to start off with in a Pilates manner. Okay, 2 middle fingers touching underneath the breastbones. Again, xiphoid process, sternum. Again, it just this dip here underneath the sternum, that's a xiphoid process. Palms on the lower lobes, the lungs, the intercostals, the ribs. Okay, so again, as you do this, as you keep zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out the abdominals, taking the navel towards the spine, that's going to help you breathe low and deep into these lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. So much though you'll see the 2 middle fingers slightly parting and coming back to touch each other. Again, I'm overemphasizing there. It might be a micro move, not as much as that, it doesn't matter. But again, as you keep doing this now, zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips, you'll see these fingers just moving like seaweed on the bottom of the seabed to the sides and back. Okay, just adding width to the lungs and length for the out breath. As you breathe out through pursed lips, as you let the hands go now, safe in the knowledge, you're knowing you're breathing anywhere but the belly button. But you're breathing into these lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. Okay, again, that's going to help you use the pelvic floor and the corset muscle, the powerhouse, the girdle of strength, 3 layers deep, the transverse abdominis in the most efficient manner, helping you breathe anywhere but the belly button, helping you breathe low and deep into these lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. Okay, lovely. As you let them hands go now, safe in the knowledge you're still zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals. That's going to help you use that corset muscle, that transverse abdominis, that powerhouse, that girdle of strength in the most efficient manner as you keep breathing through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. Again, that's going to help you fire the core, that exhale. It's like a cough or sneeze. Again, you've got the pelvic floor here. You can do this if you like as you're breathing, as you're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals. Again, from hip to hip, like a beeline, you've got the corset muscle linking on like cling film, 3 layers deep onto this beeline, which is the pelvic floor. And they go together, they're muscles. It's like a cough or a sneeze. Everything comes in. So when you breathe in and exhale through pursed lips, that'll naturally help you throw on this corset, okay? But still consciously do that anyway. Okay, so I digress there. As you keep zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. That's going to keep you breathing into these fish gills, okay? These lower lobes of lungs, intercostals, anywhere but the stomach. It's what we call lateral thoracic breathing, as it helps you use that pelvic floor and the corset in the most efficient manner. Lovely. So with that, we're going to change the breathing. We're going to close the mouth and breathing out through the nose. Because it's a smaller filter through the nose, that's going to help us lengthen the breath even longer. Still zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, taking the navel towards the spine. And as you breathing it out through the nose now, that's going to help you lengthen the breath even longer in a more sort of yogic manner. Okay, within the asanas, that helps you sort of melt in to them asanas, them postures. But we're breathing out through the nose, just going down the yogic path there, but we're still zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, throwing on that corset muscle, and following the journey all the way in through the nose and out through the nose. And you'll naturally feel the breath more like cleansing breath, filtering breath in and out through the nose, because it's a smaller filter through the nose, and that helps us lengthen the breath even longer. Okay, and you'll naturally feel the exhale want to fall longer than the inhale. Okay, so just allow that to happen. Allow that exhale as you breathe in, as you're zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals. Allow that exhale to fall longer than the inhale. Okay, just allow that to happen naturally. Now again, rather than the breath breathe you, you're going to breathe the breath. You're going to take your mind to that out breath and consciously lengthen it. Okay, so again, quadruple it, double it, triple it, whatever you like, the out breath, whatever you like, that out breath, just make it longer than the in breath, but within your limits. Don't force anything, okay? So again, the in breath's conscious thought, the out breath is subconscious thought. So by extending the out breath longer than the in breath, we're encouraging sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation, all on that lovely elongated out breath. Okay, lovely. So that helps the parasympathetic nervous system. You'll feel the benefits as you're doing that now, as you're still zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals. You'll feel the benefits on the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, all the things you don't think about, sleep, digestion, rest, relaxation, all benefited by elongating the out breath right now, longer than the in breath. Okay, all the housekeeping properties of the body are benefited. Cellular communication, the organs communicating and working without you even thinking about them or trying not to try. Just simply zip up pelvic floor, scoop out the abdominals, breathe in through the nose and elongate the out breath for as long as you like, and allow that simplicity just to relax the mind without even trying or try not to try. Lovely. So with that, if you want to make this slightly more advanced yogic breath, then fine, or just carry on doing that breathing there. Okay, so as we talk now, you can be aware of the sound of the breath, the feel of the breath as it weaves that tapestry of relaxation within every single organ, cell, sinew of the body, okay, at will. Now again, if you want to give your mind something more to focus on, we go to Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. If you can't get this, don't worry, just carry on doing the breath we're doing at the moment. As we talk, zip up pelvic floor still, scoop out your abdominals, but the only difference now, you're going to grip at this esophagus. You're going to narrow that, and that's going to make that smaller filter for the Ujjayi breath, victorious breath in Sanskrit. Okay, Ujjayi breath. So again, I'm going to demonstrate that so you can hear that. So again, zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals. We're going to breathe in through the nose. So it's a sort of silky, whistling, raspy breath from the back of the throat. And come a bit nearer. So again, you're breathing in. So as you can hear, it's a raspy, silky sound from the back of the throat. Ujjayi breath, nearly sort of Darth Vader breath. It's a bit like breathing in, and you're sort of going, with the mouth shut. Focusing breath, gives the mind something to focus on, even more when you're doing these motions. Okay, so it's really focusing breath. It's a really natural focusing breath we sometimes do when we're trying to concentrate or do a fine motor skill, like thread a needle is a classic analogy. Threading the needle, or something like that, or even sort of banging a nail in something, but really trying to focus. You'll naturally do that sighing breath, but maybe not as overemphasized as I did there. But again, just enjoy them benefits with the Ujjayi breath. Breathe in through the nose as you zip up and scoop out your abdominals. And exhale. And again, that's going to help the thyroid gland, which helps with weight control, etc. Helps us build the heat in the body, helps us fan the fire, burn all the toxins in the body. So we're going to go straight in and synchronize and calibrate and integrate that with the movement. So again, it's a squat motion. So feet hip width apart. Again, you can go in, but I would go no deeper than knees in line with toes. It can be a centimetre, a millimetre, or a foot. Okay, only going as deep to these that suits you. Stick with the Iyengar principles. I will, the old school principles. Going no deeper than knees in line with toes. You want to go deeper, tailbone deep, but only as low as you keep your knees in line with toes. Modify the range, stay up high, or go down deep. So again, I'll go back and demonstrate that. We're going to elongate the out breath on the longer motion. So again, from here, you're going to go back. You're going to breathe in, stretch the front line of the body, and you're going to exhale down, collapsing inwards, dying off, thinking tiny waist, breathing coming up. Now again, if you want to come up on the toes, you can do, but gather in. There's more instability there with the corset and the powerhouse. And exhale down, either staying on the heels or coming back down to the heels, collapsing inwards, dying off, thinking tiny waist. Really exhale, breathe in. Sharper, but exhale down. Breathing in, coming up. Gathering from the flat of the hands, gathering against the instability, navel towards the spine, and just exhale down, collapsing inwards. If you're going to create these micro moves and just flutter up on the toes or not, it creates even more instability. So the pelvic floor and the corset has to stabilise. Exhaling down, collapsing inwards, dying off, thinking tiny waist, and then coming up there. Again, just get lost in the breath, the motion, the movement. True stillness is stillness in motion. Remember, I can stay up high and just come down a little bit or go down a lot, but no deeper than knees in line with toes or less. That lower abdomen's going to be squeezed like a pump or a bellows, and just extend the motion on the out breath, reaching up, stretching the front line of the body, and again, gathering, zip up and hollow. Think tiny waist, especially as you're collapsing inwards, dying off. Navel towards the spine and reach up. Again, one of the best stretches you can get is lengthen up against gravity here, stretching the front line of the body from the crown to the toes. Lovely. So that was the 14th move of the whole 26, 2 forms together, like based on the 8 brocades at the beginning, and the 18 form qigong sequence added on to that. Okay, so again, that's number 6 of the 18 form added on. That's the 14th move of the whole 26 we're doing here. Rowing a boat in the middle of the lake. The next one's lifting the ball. Bang.